All right, this is the first video that I've put up on my site and on my channel that comes from a guitarist other than myself. This is coming from Carlos Garcia Lopez. You can follow him on Instagram. He's a very talented player, and that is him playing at the beginning of this video. You can get the full interactive tablature for this video on my site right now when you're a black belt member. That will also give you the backing track and the ability to download the tab as well. So please check that out if you are not a member already. What I want to do in this video is break down a few of these licks because there's some really cool ideas that Carlos is using here. So I'm going to go through a few of them. Here is the first lick. All right, so this first lick right here is very rooted in the A minor pentatonic scale, but it's got an interesting little flourish here with a major 7th note. So if we're looking at the A minor pentatonic scale in this position on the 5th fret right here, it sounds like this. That right there, the position we all know and love. If you look at the 8th fret on the 2nd string there, that is the flat 7th of A. It's the G note. If we were to raise that a half fret, we'd get the major 7th. It's this note right here. So when you're playing through the A minor pentatonic scale and you throw in that one note, it gives you a very interesting sound. So compare the normal sound of the pentatonic scale, and now let's play it with that one note thrown in. So that one little note adds a lot of character, is a very unique sound, and he makes a lot of use of that note in this solo. And the first lick here that I'm going to go through uses this idea. So let's break it down. Sliding up on the 10th fret on the 2nd string, then upstroke 8th fret on the 1st string. So, and now here's where Carlos starts to use that idea with that major 7th note. So he's basically playing it once, playing it again, and then sliding it up. So again, just to get the sound of the note here and how that compares to the standard pentatonic scale, compare this to this. So that one little note adds a lot of character. It makes it sound completely different, and it gives it a very cool sound. So that's the first part of the lick. So let's play what we've got so far. So sliding up, then twice in the 9th. So we got this. That's what we got so far. Now the next part of the lick, we're getting into standard blues territory, and it starts up here on the 8th fret on the 2nd string, then 9th on the 3rd string, downstroke, and then we do a little half step slide on the 3rd string from the 8 down to the 7. So basically the second part of the lick, we got this so far. Now I like that little half step slide more than just, you could do that, it's basically the same notes. Throw in that little half step slide, it gives a little bit of character. So then 5 on the 3rd, 7 on the 4th, 5 on the 3rd. So far the second part of the lick, we got this. Now the last part of the lick is really standard blues rock stuff. We're doing this. The main part of that little section is the bend up, bend back down, pull off. A really common thing to do, blues and rock. good little 2-3 note lick to master there. So bend up, bend down, pull off. So we got this. And that's the lick. So let's play through the entire thing all together at a slow speed. Goes a little something like this. Okay, in this next lick, there's a couple interesting ideas here. So the first is that major 7th note makes its way in here again. So that's an interesting part of this lick. The other thing is this use of triplets. So when you're playing through a pentatonic scale, or any scale, it's very easy to throw in a little triplet. So what I mean by that is if you're playing at just 8 notes, throw in a little triplet. That little triplet is easy to work in and makes a pretty cool sounding lick. So he does that in a couple places. So let's break it down. 7th on the 4th string and 5 twice on the 3rd string. So down, up, up, down. Now here comes that triplet. A little triplet, 4, 5, 4 pull off. Notice that that note, the 4 there, brings us into the minor scale, the A minor scale, because the 4 is the 2nd of A. That's not in the pentatonic scale. So downstroke when we get to the 7 on the 4th string after that hammer-on pull off. And 4, 5, 7 up on the 3rd string. So downstroke on the 7 on the 4th, upstroke on the 4th fret on the 3rd string. So I'm going to stop there and just break down what we have so far so you can really hear the sound of that triplet. Really cool little idea to throw into a lick there. So that's what we got so far. Next 2 notes, we're continuing to climb up the scale here. 5, 8 on the 2nd string. So far we got this. Now this next part of the lick, we're doing that triplet idea, and we're also throwing in that very unique major 7th note, the 9th fret on the 2nd string. So the last few notes of the lick sounds like this. Compare that sound to this. Again, that one little note makes a whole lot of difference. So 2 different ways you can fret that last section there. You can do the 8, 9, 8 hammer-on pull-off with your 1st and 2nd finger, so you can go like this. Or you can do it with your 3rd and 4th finger. That one's probably a little more efficient, but it's also a little more awkward. You may be more comfortable doing the 1st and 2nd finger. Either way works. So let's play through the entire lick one more time at a slow speed. Okay, so for the last lick I'm going to cover here, we're playing in A minor blues scale, basically A minor pentatonic, and we kind of touch on the minor scale too. There's a few different notes here. So basically, the idea here is triplets. So whenever you're descending down using a scale, using triplets in descending in a triplet pattern is always a cool idea. So basically what I mean by that, let's take the basic scale, basic A minor scale, and descend in a pattern of 3. It might sound something like this. Notice the groups of 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's basically what is being done here. We're doing it down the scale. We're not going straight down the neck this way. We're also moving this way in this lick, but it's the same basic idea. So slide up, or bend up rather, on the 20th fret, then upstroke 17 on the 1st, and right there, that's a good little lick right there. But we're going to continue down this triplet pattern. So after that first 4 notes, we do the triplet pattern thing, groups of 3. So the first little pattern is 20 on the 3rd, 17 on the 2nd, 20 on the 3rd. So notice that 20th fret is the blues note. It's in the A minor blues scale. So if we play the blues scale, it sounds like this. That's what gives it the blues scale sound. So 20, 17, 20 on the 3rd and 2nd string. Then we do a little pull off, 19, 17 on the 3rd and then 19 on the 4th. So far we got this. And then we do a little slide. So 17 down to 14 with your first finger. And then 17 on the 4th string. Then slide down 14, 12, then 14 on the 4th string, 12 on the 3rd string. So let's play through just the triplet part of this lick, starting at that 20th fret on the 3rd string. Really cool little lick, and that's really the heart of this lick is just recognizing that there's a pattern of 3 that we're using to descend. That's it. That's the entire lick. Let's play it through one more time at a slow speed.